moderator today, Coach Keish. And today we're going to be talking about checking in with yourself. Be accountable. Now, on the couch, we have Miss Perla Celeste. Hey, darling.
Hello.
Cola T. Harris. Miss Keena Monique.
Hey.
And my girl, Nikki Dallas.
Hey, everybody.
So we're going to talk about this today because I think that as women, we need to do a better job at managing our relationships through self-sufficiency.
I'm gonna just sit back.
You gonna sit back?
Yeah.
Okay. You got this though. It's not a problem. Tell me, we're gonna start with you then, Cola.
Why?
Do you feel bad putting yourself before everybody else in your life? Do you feel bad about that? Why?
Because I don't really have the answer to that. Like, I feel bad because I know that they need me. So the moment that I put myself in front, I can't be there for them. I can't do anything for them because I'm doing stuff for me.
Okay.
So, like, I have infant children. Well, they're not necessarily infants, but, you know, they can't really do anything for themselves.
Okay.
You know, and my husband is perfectly capable of doing things for himself. But the moment that I need to do something for me, but he needs something done as well, and I pick me over him, I then feel like, oh man, that sucks.
Okay.
Like, I just feel really like I should have been there for him.
Okay. I'm gonna bounce to the other side of the sofa and see. I think I already know the answer to this. Miss Nikki Dallas. So, how do you feel about putting yourself ahead of everybody else in your life?
It honestly is a struggle. I think maybe the past couple of years, I would say 5 or 6 years, I've become more comfortable with saying, no, it's me. Because I was always that friend or the daughter. It's like whatever you needed, I'm going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just promised him to the next 6 years now. And it's still a struggle. Like sometimes I think somebody calls like I need it. I'm like, oh, well, you know, I really want to do this. Should I go? It's always a struggle in my head.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm becoming more comfortable with being selfish sometimes.
Okay. And we're gonna change it to self-full,
Okay.
not selfish. Miss Perla Celeste.
What's the question again?
Do you feel bad? Do you ever feel bad about putting yourself in front of everybody else in your life?
I really don't.
You don't.
I really don't. I think if you don't take care of yourself first, then you cannot give to anyone. So I go and get my massages. I do whatever it is that I need to take care of myself, and then I could maybe overflow to whoever else.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Keena.
Well, my answer is not anymore because I've spent most of my life doing for other people. And I'm empty right now, damn it. So right now I'm working on filling me back up.
Okay. Okay. I like that. Very good. That was heavy, right? That was heavy set.
Yeah.
She said heavy. She
Yeah,
said
that was
heavy.
heavy set.
Now,
I like
for
it.
me, I don't feel bad about putting myself first because actually I look at it as I am doing a service to everyone and everything in my life when I do that.
Absolutely.
And you know, Nikki said the term selfish, but we're gonna turn that into self-full because when you do take really good care of yourself, you are so much better for everybody else around you. Like you are a better mom, a better wife, friend, employee, daughter, sister, boss, whatever titles you hold, you're so much better at those titles if you have taken good care of yourself.
It's true.
So today our goal will be to becoming okay with that. Becoming okay with putting what your needs are, putting those things first. Like Perla said, even getting a massage or going to get your nails done. As you guys can see, I need to take a little bit of that. You know, those things, while they may seem like just a time consuming, money spending thing that you're doing that you could have took that money and bought your baby some new shoes or when it seemed about take your mama somewhere. But have you ever gone somewhere and done something for someone you love, but the whole while you were just like, oh God, could you hurry up? Could y'all come on? I'm tired. I'm just ready to go home. This is too much. Do you ever feel that way, Cole? You can't say?
I don't.
You don't want to say?
No, because in the moment that I'm doing it, I feel fine. Like I'm fine. I know why I'm doing it. I understand it. I'm okay with it. After I have done it and I realize that I poured all of me out and nothing went back in, then I feel like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I went out and did all that. Like, I didn't have any time to do this, and this for me, you know, and then I feel bad all over again. So, but in the moment that I'm doing something for someone, I feel amazing. Like, I feel like this is my purpose. I am here to help. This is why I'm here.
Okay. So, Kina, when you do something for someone else, do you do it with the expectation that when you need them in that same way, they'll be able to reciprocate?
I think on a subconscious level, it's not something that I expect right away. But I do expect if I did go out of my way and make a sacrifice for you, when I need you, you should be there.
Okay.
Agreed.
Nikki, same question.
I believe in the laws of reciprocity, and I don't believe so much in it doing it for me, but I believe someone that I love will be allotted that same gift. For instance, if I go out of my way from someone, I will hope that if they see one of my parents or my brothers or my nieces or nephews out somewhere and they need help, someone is going to help them out because of what I've done for someone else. So I do believe in the laws of reciprocity. Again, not necessarily for myself, but for people that I love, because I believe whatever we do, we know about karma. It may not always come back on you. It may come back on someone you love. So I believe in that sense of that giving that positive energy as well would not only come back on me, but the people that I love.
Okay.
That's so beautiful.
That was so well said. I didn't say ditto on that. It's true.
Can I change my answer? I want to answer that one too. Change my answer.
Now this
to
is
Nikki.
Jeopardy, okay? If you got the wrong answer, it's done.
She didn't ask me the same question. I like that question better. Wow.
You
That's
know,
amazing.
that I think that takes growing too.
I'm not a
Because the reason I say that is I think about, especially in our intimate relationships, oftentimes, you know, I've experienced relationships that ended and have walked away feeling like I gave everything I had to you. Like I loved you and I sacrificed and I sucked it up and I took you back and I forgave your bull crap. And now one or two things have happened. Now it's over. So it's like there was a waste of time. Or now I see you with your new person, and that thing you couldn't do when you was with me, you're doing it for her. That was the thing that would drive me to the point of like in my car saying I would run. If I saw you crossing the street, I would hit the gas.
Yes.
It drove me there for many, many years because I wasn't being self-full. Like I wasn't checking in with myself at points in those situations and saying, well, Keisha, how do you feel? Coach, how does this feel to you? Because when we're loving and giving, and you know, Kina always says she's such a giving, loving person, and she gets into it and she just wants to give. At some point, you expect to get something, and that something doesn't have to be tangible. But if I'm in the bed with the flu and I call you, I expect you to say, well, what do you need? What can I do? How can I help? I'm on my way. And when I don't get that, then I'm like, I know your selfish ass didn't just take from me and all the things I gave. Like, I wonder, have you all felt that? Because I struggled in so many relationships, not just with intimate relationships, but friends, family members, want you to babysit their baby, drop their child off to your house, and then you can't even call them and say, can you take me to the grocery store?
But you know what? I have no issue with throwing things back in people's faces. Like, but I did this for you. Like, you know, because sometimes people really, they forget. They don't need to be reminded. And it's almost like back in, you know, when you were young, that you would do that tit for tat with your little best friend or whatever. And if I need to remind someone, I did this for you, okay, and they will sort of recover and do it and say, okay, let me make whatever move I need to make to go make that possible for you. If it is to leave work early, if it is to get someone else to get the kid to be there for you for that flat tire, for that one. I last year cut a bunch of friends away because of that. Because it was like, you know, I'm like, I got a flat tire, I'm calling you, and you can't help me out? I don't understand that. You know, you're not far away. You should be able to do that for me, because if we're friends in other levels, then I should be able to count for you for this. You know what I'm saying? So I will definitely call.
You already crying?
No.
Oh, okay.
I saw you do that, but I don't know. That was really. Don't look this way. Then. Don't look this way. Especially when I get animated.
That's holy water, girl.
I agree. You know, and I think one thing that we forget, what I learned a long time ago, that, and I think this is something that inadequately we kind of not think of, but we're built as women to be receivers, if you think about it. From everything, from when we're having sex, everything we receive. So it's only natural that we take on all this stuff. Okay, well, you need this, okay, and you need that, the baby needs this, hubby needs this, mama needs that, sister, cousin, because we're just built to receive.
Right.
And I agree with Keena that sometimes sometimes you just receive so much that it overflows. And when you overflow, just like when you fill up a cup, you can't determine where it's going to flow to. So that flow can mean, you know, at this point, F you, I did this for you, now you going to do it for me, or you know what, I ain't doing nothing. How about that? I'm just not going to sit here and I ain't going to do nothing. Y'all figure it out. And so I think at a point we do have to stop and let, you know, you just, when you get a soda and you pour it in the first time, it fizzes up, you got to let it sit so it can settle. That's what we have to do. We have to let it settle sometimes. We don't necessarily know how to do that. Like when you talk about nails and feet and hair, I don't consider it as being selfful because I've always done it. Like that, I grew up seeing my mom do it, and so I'm like, oh, that's just what women do. We just go get our hair and our nails done and our feet done. So I don't see that as being self. And I guess everybody, when I meet them, they know this is what Nikki does. She goes and get her feet and her hair. So yeah, when that comes and I don't have it done, then it's the problem. Like, well, what's going on? You need somebody to go get your lashes done? Like, what's going on with your hair? You need, because that's just what I do. I don't consider it as being. I just thought that's just what girls.
But that is a part.
So wait, I'm sorry. So are you saying, like, for example, if you haven't done it that week or it's been 2 weeks and they notice it, you know, grays are coming in or the nails need filling, if that person tells you that your significant other, they'll be like, okay, they know you enough to know that Nikki needs that, and it's because whatever, you haven't had time or you had more bills that month, so that's to you something that's important that they notice that.
Honestly, no, because it's not really important that they notice to me. I don't know why. It's not. If they do, that's very, and most of the time they do. I can't say it's not important. I guess I'm saying it's not important because they always notice.
Right.
It's not really. I'm like, oh, I just get it done when I get it done because I know I'm gonna do it. But yeah, when they notice, I guess it is kind of a big deal. Like, oh, really? Then I'm surprised.
They know you enough, but know you well enough. I guess that's good.
But that's part of being self-full, because those are the things you do to take care of yourself. Now, whether or not you feel that as just a thing that girls do, but how many of us just fall off from ourselves because we let everything else get in front of that.
Right.
You make your nail appointment, but then somebody else calls you and they need you to come run, take them to go do something. Now your nail appointment gets canceled because you run to go do that thing. Or, you know.
That doesn't happen to Nikki.
It does not. It does not happen to Nikki. But again, that is a part of us being selfful and understanding our own needs are actually more important than every other thing that somebody. You create a balance in your life when you take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Because that's a balance. If that balance is like Christy Love, our production manager, she is a reader. She's an avid reader. Her time to just sit and read her books are important to her. The rest of us don't have to care about that. But you know what she's going to do? Whether you like it or not, she will go in her. We used to be roommates. She's going to go in her room, get under her cover, and read her book. Whatever you got going on out there, keep doing that.
I
but right now,
visual on that.
Christy Love is reading her book, and nothing else comes, and she's not going to budge. You're not going to the grocery store, hair, nail shop, go get something to eat, walk a dog until she's done that. I'm sorry.
So back to what you said about the relationship part, where you feel like I did all this, and then that's what I mean by that emptiness. So that broken relationship is actually a gift, and you may not be able to see it right away, but over time, if you take that accountability, you can say, okay, well, why didn't I say no to some things?
Exactly.
And there's a lot of power in the word no.
So much.
I think it's very important, number one, that we learn to set expectations and boundaries. When we learn to do that, and we adhere, we hold those people accountable to our expectations and boundaries, because when you set that expectation and you hold that person accountable, they have to eventually fall in line.
Well, I love what you're saying, Nikki, and I agree. But I think the first person we have to set expectations and boundaries for is ourselves, and hold ourselves
What
to
we won't accept
what
any
we won't
longer.
accept, or what must be done for us. But we're going to come back to that as soon as we come back from this break. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we need you to subscribe right below, right at the bottom of the screen somewhere. Subscribe and hit the notifications bell so that you do not miss out on any of these amazing shows right here with the Curve Unplugged. We'll be back in 2 and 2. Stay tuned.
Apologetic and censored, and girl, unrocked. It's the Curve Unplugged.
Welcome back to the Curve Unplugged. Again, I'm your moderator, Coach Keish, and today we're talking about being accountable and checking in with ourselves. Now, before we went on break, Nikki, you were making a really, really good point. So give that to us one more time.
Well, I said that we have to learn to set expectations and boundaries for people, whether it's your loved ones, meaning family, a significant other, friends. You have to set expectations. You have to set boundaries, so that, and you have to make them respect your expectations and boundaries. Like if one of your expectations or your boundaries could be, listen, like one of my boundaries was when I was working out every morning, I'm in the bed at 10:30 because I'm up at 5. Don't call me after 10:30. If you want to talk to me between normal business hours and we good. But you call me 10:30, 11 o'clock, 12, midnight, whatever, I'm asleep. Don't do that. So I would have a friend, he would always call because he got off work late, midnight, 12:30, 1 o'clock, and I would never answer, and he would get pissed. Well, I told you, I work. I go to sleep because I'm going to the gym. So if you want to talk to me, you have to call me before 10 o'clock. And we can work that out. If we can't, we don't need to talk. Period, point blank.
There you go.
Done.
But see, she has something I didn't have, which is that detachment from how that person's gonna take my rejection.
Oh, you care too much, girl.
Right, I care too much.
Yeah.
Now I'm at the point where if I tell you no, you have a problem, that's your problem, not mine.
Okay.
And it does take time to go through that, because I was like that. Like if I needed something in a relationship, it was like I don't want to say it because I'm scared he's gonna leave. If he really finds out that I'm really this aggressive person and I say it, and he's gonna not like me. But yeah, no, I'm not like that. Me either.
And have they left? Do they leave?
No.
You find that no, because
No.
at the end of the day, you have to set your standards or show whatever your ways. Probably earlier, the better. So the grounds are set. You know.
I think we have to appreciate the fact that we teach people how to treat us by how we treat ourselves. Like the fact that someone will notice that Nikki didn't get her lashes done, we'll use it as the example, and mention it and say, hey, do you need the money? It's because she's already treating herself well in that way.
Right, that's true.
You see, but a lot of times as women, we have it twisted that someone should just assume your needs and then fulfill them without you ever expressing that you needed that thing. That's where we go wrong. So I think it's so important to treat yourself well and be accountable to that. Be accountable to whatever your thing is. If it's going to the gym, if it's reading, if it's I go get my massages done, if it's I just need my alone time, I just want to sit at the beach and watch the tide roll in. Like if that's my thing that I need for me, then I have to respect it first.
That's true.
How can we walk around holding the whole world accountable to treating us well while we mistreat ourselves?
Absolutely.
How can we do that? Because in every relationship, even with your friends, if you know that your friend has a medical condition or she's working out, she goes to bed at a certain time, what friend am I to call her at 1 o'clock in the morning? What friend am I? Go ahead, Miss Cole.
So the only thing that I can add is that a few years ago, probably like, I don't know, 2012 or so, I told myself, what you're going to do for yourself every month is you're going to get your nails done. Regardless of what bill is due or who you got to pay or, who need money, you're going to get your nails done. And even in me, like once I got married and things became, more important. Like I got more bills now. It's not just me anymore. My priorities had to change. That's still something that even I can say my mom, my husband, siblings, they know like that's my thing. I'm going to get my nails done. Mm-hmm. You're not going to not let me get my nails done. Mm-hmm. Nothing is going to get in the way of that. I'm going to get my nails done. So that I can say I have taken control of that one thing. Like, and it's down to the point where my husband will be like, so you're not going to get your nails done? I don't understand. Go get your nails done. And I'd be like, no, because we got to do this and I need that and you need this. He'd be like, go get your nails done. Like, I don't want to hear anything else, but you need to go and get your nails done. Because I just said this the other day to my best friend. That's my thing. If I don't get my nails done, everything else is a mess.
And he knows that now.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
my
you're
husband knows
teaching
that.
him.
Yeah, my husband knows that. And I'm down to thinking that Carter knows it, because when my nails look a mess, he'd be like, oh, your nails ugly, mommy. And I'd be like, oh, you hurt my heart right there. You hurt my heart. Now it's time to go. Mm-hmm. So everyone knows that. Like, that's my thing. So that I have taken accountability for myself. But when you guys, like, before the break, you were saying, like put expectations on yourself versus the other person. For me, it's so difficult because, like what Keena said, I really care how you feel. Like, I really care a whole lot. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen the Queen Latifah movie with the Sisterhood of, nope, that's not it. Because I always call it the Sisterhood of the Traveling Bees, but it's called
The Secret Life of Bees.
Yes, it's because there's sisters in it, and it makes, anyways.
Gotcha.
I'm May. The whole world is on my shoulders. I feel everything. That's why I can't watch the news.
Whose character was that?
I don't know May's real name.
Okay. I get what you're saying, and it's okay in every family, even in every friendship. There's always that one friend that everybody, they count as the glue.
Oh.
When these two friends arguing, you the one that gotta, okay, y'all, come on. Mm-hmm. And with your family, there's always that person that everybody's going to depend on. There is no avoiding that, because it just happens. And I also think that that's one of our gifts from God, that you have the ability to manage all those different things that's going on in your life. But in order to do so, even God rested on the seventh day, did he not?
That's what the book says.
So he took time for himself at some point in making this whole big world. The world is not going to fall apart because you took a moment for you. It's
like
not.
You can step off.
You can. But I think it's not even the other person's reason. And I'm not saying in contradiction to what Nikki said, accountability to you versus someone else. I'm saying an equal dose of accountability on your plate as you put on someone else's plate.
But you know what else I have an issue with, and maybe you can, because you got that insight.
She does.
So I have an issue with avoiding confrontation. So I may not like what's happening, but I may be silent about it, and then I'll back off and later indirectly show you I'm not with it.
Okay.
But I would like to be more forward in saying, look, we're not about to do this. But I'm a person who avoids confrontation.
Yeah.
Okay. You're agreeing with that.
Well, no. Okay. Coach, you have been helping me to blossom myself. I've been trying, you admit it with me.
Yes.
I've been trying to blossom myself
Yes.
and be more, accountable and checking
Absolutely.
in with me. It's just that it's so difficult, because when you break out of that, of being afraid of confrontation, and you just say whatever you need to say in that moment, it's like the other person, like my little sister, every time I ask her to do something for me, she got to give me this whole slew of why she can't do it. But I don't need to know that, because figure it out, and she'll like miss my phone calls and then text me and be like, what is it? You already know what I needed from you, because I already asked you. Now Perla says to remind her of what I pretty much raised you. That just put that on the cloud. I pretty much raised you.
Okay.
You can't do that forever, though. You
You
that.
can't. That's what I'm saying. You can't do it forever.
No, not tell her
raise
that.
her? Oh, not tell her.
No.
Raise
Wait,
her.
no. Listen. You can't hold that against her. The fact that you raised her.
Oh no, I'm
Okay.
not trying to
I'm
hold
just
it
saying.
against her. But I'm saying, like, before I tried to avoid that confrontation. So now I'm not saying anything to her. You know, I'm not saying, okay, that hurt me that you didn't answer your phone when you knew already that I needed your help. And then you hold it in. But once you get past saying it, now it blows up even bigger. And you still never get what you needed done, because now you're going back and forth about the fact that I needed this done and you didn't do it.
Okay, I get what both of you are saying. But again, when you're trying to avoid a confrontation with someone, you're only creating a larger confrontation inevitably. Like at some point, as Nikki used the example of pouring water in a glass, the cup runneth over at some point. So you're better off addressing things as they come. Not waiting until, okay, 3 times I've asked you. 3 times you let me down. Okay, I sucked this one up and walked away and let the day go on, and now here we are tonight, and here you come with the same bullshit again. You know, instead of letting it just keep boiling up, because once it does, you will lose control over how it comes out at that point.
Oh, very true.
And then you wind up saying a lot of stuff that maybe you didn't really intend, like that's not what you were really mad about in the first place. Mm-hmm. So in being self-full and being self-accountable, I need to talk to you right now. Mm-hmm. I need to say this to you right now. I'm a big sister. Nikki's a big sister. Having younger siblings and not having anyone older than us. Mm-hmm. Like it's mama, me. Mm-hmm. Mama, Nikki. Right? So when it goes from that directly to you, you wind up carrying a lot of stuff. Because you got the siblings, and then you got your mama saying, you need to do something with your brother. You need to do something with your sister. Yeah. You know, so you find yourself always receiving it. At some point, you got to have a conversation with both parties. I got to talk to mama about dumping this on me, and I got to talk to my sister about why you keep doing this. You know, but you have to get to that place where you're not owning the problem. You're recognizing the problem is truly not yours. You are the mediator trying to help them get to their best life. When you're even in a relationship, you can't make your partner be anything.
That's true.
You can only express to them your needs, your wants, and your desires. You can only express that. And at some point, setting an accountability to yourself, holding yourself to a standard to say, now once I have said this, I know I was clear, I know, okay girl, what you gonna do? What you wanna do? Okay.
So would it be better for you maybe if you text it? Like, or if you write it down and then send it? If it's not verbally, would that help?
Well, in my particular situation, it was a friend, and I've been friends with her for a long time. And all throughout our friendship, since we were kids, I've always avoided confrontation. And she was able to talk to me any kind of way or do things that I knew I didn't deserve, but I was afraid of not having a friend.
Okay.
So I would always avoid confrontation until it got to the point where she did the last thing to me and I backed away and I never told her anything. I just silently backed away and I just cut everything off. So I would like to be the person that can just simply say, look, what you're doing to me, I don't appreciate that. Mm-hmm. But it's just like I'm always concerned that, okay, I'm going to lose this person if I do that.
Mm-hmm. If you lose them and they weren't
you was to start with.
Yeah.
Right. Did the person come back? I'm sorry. Did they ever question
why?
No, I'm done.
I'm done.
Okay. Yeah. So let me tell you something really quickly. This lady right here, we have been friends since we were 14. I love her with everything I got. But we had that same issue. Like, she would do something and I don't want to be confrontational with her. I would do something, she don't want to be confrontational with me. Until it got to a point where something totally misinterpreted happened. Nobody was at fault in this situation. But it cost us 3 years of friendship. Because we didn't know how to go to each other and say, this thing that you're doing right here, that is not working for me. It cost us 3 years.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. And it still hurts me to even verbalize that it cost us 3 years, because in that 3 years, how many things could have happened that we would have never gotten back to today? Like, we wouldn't be here today to have this conversation right now.
Oh, where the napkins at?
You know, and to love someone like they're your own sister, like that's my family. That's not just a friend. I don't use that word loosely. She is the constant in my life. And for 3 years, we didn't utter a single, I couldn't tell you nothing about her life for those 3 years. And she can't tell you nothing about mine. All because we were afraid to have a conversation. Everything that seems like it could be a confrontation can be a conversation if you are willing to have it. And out of love, start with love and have it. Start with love. I love you and I need us to fix this. Start there.
I've had a few Super Soul sessions with my own sisters. We did 3 of us sat down, 2 of us have sat down in separate times, and we've made some good strides. You know,
you can't fix it all in one day, no matter what the young will tell y'all.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's not comfortable.
It's not.
No. But you have to be uncomfortable in order to get to that place where it should be.
What I was gonna ask was, how long does it? Not how long does it take, but how many chances do you give it, or how do you get to that expression? Like, how long do you give it to get to that expression? Like, for me, like I said, I'm working on it. Like, I won't say that. I know when you brought this subject up, I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, I can't be about that because I'm not doing it. I can say I have a friendship that I checked in with myself a whole, like, 100%. Like, okay, like, you can't let this keep happening. You have to talk about it. And I talked about it, but that didn't solve anything. So do I keep going back to talk about it? I mean, how do you, like, that was a person that was a constant in my life. Like, we were together all the time. You saw her, you saw me, and now, I don't know, it's probably been about 3 years. You ain't never seen us together.
Okay, we'll get to that. We're going to come back. Again, at the bottom of your screen, I want you to hit subscribe. Subscribe and hit that notification button so that you will get notified every time we upload some new content. This is the Curve Unplugged. We'll be back in 2 and 2. Stay tuned.
Apologetic and censored. And girl, I'm rocking. It's the Curve Unplugged.
Welcome back to the Curve Unplugged, and we're here still talking about checking in with yourself and being accountable. We even rattled some nerves today. So, what do you want to be better at, Cole?
I want to be better at speaking my feelings without care. Like, I need to speak these. I need to say this to you. And regardless of how you react to it, I need to say it. Because when I speak my mind, I'm like sitting there like with my butt cheeks clenched and my hands sweating. Like, how are you going to react to this? Like, what are you going to say? Like, is it going to be a detriment to our relationship? Because, I mean, on the break you were talking about seasons and stuff like that. I know everyone is a reason, season, lifetime, and everybody going to be a lifetime. Some people's reasons, you don't really get them until they're gone. So I want to be better at being able to just express how I feel without worrying about how the other person's going to react to it.
I love that. But I do challenge you to ask yourself, because your worry is, will it be a detriment to our relationship if I say this? Turn it around. Will it be a detriment to our relationship if I don't? Because how I'm feeling is not going to go away. That thing that's hurting you, that's bothering you in here, that's bothering you right here, is a deterrent. It's damaging the relationship.
But I've come to learn that when it's you that's holding it in, the other person never has an effect from it. Like, everything will still be okay if you with the relationship. If I never express how I feel and I'm just like going along with it, and you're still happy and things are still good and we're still kikiing and laughing and stuff. If I never say what I need to say, the only thing it hurts is me. It doesn't hurt the relationship.
But do you understand the value that holds? That's what I need you to get. I need you to get how damaging that is
to you.
To you.
Right.
Self-full.
Because one day she'll just like literally say,
like, that cup is full and you just spew over.
She'll say white when you said black, and that's gonna be it.
And you know what she's gonna say? This bitch blew up on me over saying black.
Exactly.
That's all I said.
That's all she's gonna know, because you didn't say anything prior to this.
All I said was black. What made you that mad? Because that is damaging the relationship. When you feel the need to keep internalizing something that is really bubbling up in your spirit that strongly, that is damaging. You not saying something,
you're not checking
is damaging the relationship with yourself. I can't be nothing for you until I'm everything for me. Friend, mom, sis, boo, son, daughter. I can't take no more of you doing this.
My babies.
Because you know what, and I don't ever think I'm saying F them kids when I say F them kids. Because those kids come through us. They don't belong to us. They come through us. They have to grow up, and their path and their journey is their own. It is not yours. Your responsibility is to give them a great foundation and put them on a path. That's it.
And I can't do
And
that
everything,
if I'm
and you can't do that if you all over the place. You would not go to a hairstylist who's standing there looking with 3 strands of hair right here and looking all shot out like everything went wrong, like a rooster. You wouldn't go and let her do. The person with no fingers, you're not gonna let them do your nails. The person who, what else?
With fungus on
with
their
fungus on their nails, gonna do your nails. You're not gonna let that happen. In every way, you're expecting them to already have that thing that you're coming to them to get. So that goes for everybody, including our children. I can't give you what I don't got. And right now, I'm tired of dealing with this thing with you, but I'm holding it in because I don't want to damage the relationship. It's already damaged. That relationship is already suffering. Critical losses. If you don't do something, love them enough to say that.
Love you enough to say that.
Thank you. Because that heaviness that you're feeling and that I don't want to be confrontational, you're blaming yourself for what's broken.
And not only that, it makes you sick, literally. Holding all that stuff inside can
to be around them, to even be near them, to have to deal with them. It just you'll separate from that person eventually without even telling them anything, because you can't stand being around them, you can't stand listening to them. You barely want to be around them in the first place. So,
and you're separating from yourself because your truth is being shadowed. Your truth has to.
And I'm gonna tell you this: even when you do verbalize it, they might not receive it. So you just have to let it go and be like, let them deal with it at their own time. I've had plenty of conversations with even family members where, literally just call them on the holidays, on their birthdays, and in between that time, it was just hard to have conversations with them because they would just, would argue about the fact that you didn't call them. But it's because you're telling me this that I don't call you. Because we spent 30 minutes of the conversation you nagging me about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that type of stuff that pushes you even further away sometimes. So,
And your challenge in checking in with yourself is to know that I'm doing this for me and I'm doing this for us. Because I'm not even the best friend to you that I could be because of this thing that's bothering me. I'm not the best whatever because of this thing that's bothering me. And if it all goes wrong, when we talk about closure, I know so many of us expect the other person to give that to us. I want to talk to him so I can get closure. Okay, I really want to stand up on this part.
Go ahead.
Because I want you to understand that your closure is your responsibility. Yours alone. It does not belong to
them.
them.
Trying to look all us in the eye.
Because I need you to feel me.
Look over there.
I need you to feel me when I say that your closure is your responsibility. No one can give it to you. They can come back and apologize all day. And I will apologize because you feel bad. Not because I've changed. Not because I think I should have done anything differently. And I could even apologize if I thought I could do everything differently. But if somehow you haven't reconciled that wrong with yourself, that person can still apologize to you and you will feel the same way. You will still feel burdened and hurt. Because what if he apologizes, but he's in a new relationship and he's being a better man, and he's a better man because, you know what, I messed up when I was with Cola. I did everything wrong when I was with Nikki. I was a horrible man when I was with Pearl, and I'm never going to be that guy again. He ain't saying I'm sorry and I'm coming back to you, baby, and I'm gonna make this thing right. He's saying I'm never gonna be that guy again, and I'm sorry. You still single and bitter and angry and hurt and alone, and he's already apologized. Because you need to reconcile it here and here and here. It's not about that other person ever coming. What if they die? So you just don't get closure because they didn't give it to you? It is not a package. It's not tangible. It is a spiritual journey to closure. It's a thing that you have to decide for you that either A, here's where I went, well, A and B. Here's where I went wrong. Here's where I want to be better. B, their mistake, hurting people hurt other people. And hopefully one day this person will just be better. And I'll never allow that to happen in my life again. I'm never going to allow somebody to put their hands on me again. I'm never going to allow somebody to manipulate me and alienate me from my family and friends again. I'm never going to let XYZ happen in my life again because I need a better end result in my next relationship. That closure is 110% your responsibility. You need to reconcile it, talk to God. Talk to a friend. Talk to a therapist. But do not sit around waiting for closure from whomsoever you think wronged you. Yeah. And even if they did wrong you, they owe you nothing else. Removing themselves from your life was the best gift they could have given you. They are no longer there. They've given you everything they need to give you. Nikki, I know you had something you wanted to say because I saw you writing.
Well, no, that's just, this is going back to another segment that we're doing, why you're single, and that was one of the things that came up because you're not over your hurt, and I thought about you don't have closure. And that's what a lot of people, even when we're single and we jump into relationships, we bring that baggage because we don't have closure. So we bring all this hurt and anger into this new person because we have not closed that door of this other hurt. We haven't gotten over it.
That happened with friendships too.
Yes.
And with friendships, you can't gain a new friend because you remember what your old friend did, and you don't want to have to go through that again. Like, I got this new friend 3 years ago.
Overcompensate.
Right.
And it's painful. Sometimes to get to that closure, it is very painful, and we don't like to feel pain. We don't like to be uncomfortable. We just want to walk around like our shit is okay.
Yeah.
And it's not okay. And it's okay not to be okay.
It is.
It is so okay.
It's just not okay to stay there. It's not okay. You know, hurt and disappointment and anger, they are very expensive tenants to allow to live in the real estate of your heart and soul. Those are expensive tenants because you can't evict them bitches easily. They don't get out. They squatters. They will hang around forever
like
and 2 days.
A cancer.
You know, and they will poison everything around you because everything will begin to look like that thing you focused on.
Yeah.
I'm focused on, and you know, for as women, especially women of color, I will say that we have a tendency to say, I'm gonna have my own, I'm gonna be my own warrior. Let me put on my camouflage jacket, girl, because I'm going to war for me. I'm gonna be better. And that's great if it's coming from the right place. I wanna be better so that when I do meet my partner, my mate, that I'm 100% ready to be all in spite of what happened in my past. But if you let your past be the measuring stick for your future, you gotta repeat the same class. So you date a new man, new face, same man. New circumstance, same man.
And that's why we get into this, all men are the same. All men are dogs. No, and I'm not saying, in some instances that could be true, but a lot of instances it's because you have not gotten over that man that dogged you, that man who cheated on you, that man who did whatever to you, because you keep dating that same guy. So to you, all men are dogs, because that's the same guy you keep dating, because you're not over the first dog.
Yeah, and then it goes to say with friendships, like you keep, you know how people say women can't be friends
and can't be trusted.
She can't be trusted, and I can't trust this one, and it's because you're not over the fact that you fell out with the other person.
Absolutely.
And you can't begin to, manifest new stuff with someone new. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
You will keep attracting that same circle of situation, those same circumstances back to your life. You know, it's great to be independent and have your own and all of that and focus on yourself, but let it all come from a very good, healthy place. Not as a way of saying to the other person, see, MF, I don't need you. I'm good. No, because you don't want to be alone forever.
Right.
You want to be in a good place when your turn comes.
Yeah.
Because you could
you don't want to miss
you
your
could be
turn.
walking past Mr. Right.
Yeah.
Miss Right.
You don't want to
Because
miss
you're
it.
so busy being Miss I got it all. I don't even need nobody. I'm checking for myself. And now your person is right there. You can't see them because you're so busy focusing on proving someone else wrong. Even as a mom, I was so focused with my first son on proving that I could do single mom so great that I lost out on the fact that it took me years to realize the village that I really had around me. That I didn't do it all by myself. I never potty trained a child in my life. Both of my kids, somebody stepped in because they know Keisha don't have patience. They stepped in and they said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to help this fool with this baby. In so many ways. My kids have great aunts, uncles, my grandparents. They have godparents that love them and love me enough to intercede and not even, they ain't asking for awards and certificates of appreciation. They just been there, you know. But we are so prone to want to prove the world wrong that we just forget that all this greatness is truly right here around us. Yes, you should set boundaries. Yes, you should hold people accountable. But you start with you. You start with holding yourself accountable. You start with being full of taking care of you. So then when someone is treating you poorly, you recognize it like that because you're already being good to yourself.
You're in tune.
And
You're
asking
in
for
tune
help
with-
if you need it. I think especially women of color, people of color, period, it's something you just can't get it together. You know, I can't get over this feeling. I don't know why. Ask for some help. If that's going to talk to a friend, talking to a life coach, talking to a psychologist, get the help that you need. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
We, as a society, our people are so afraid of that. But we need it a lot.
A lot. You are better at everything you do when you are good to yourself. You are better. You are better at everything. There's nothing you can name in your life that if you were good to yourself first, you wouldn't have been better at that thing.
I'm just saying, every time I get my nails done, I'm a lot more happy.
So imagine if you poured a little more of that on other areas of your life. So we started with the nails. What's next? What else do you want to be better at for you? And then you know what? Everybody around you just starts to appreciate it. Even your little children will be like, well, this is mommy time. She reading her book right now. I can't bother her. But we let these kids push and pull, and they're gonna. I like this dress. They're gonna do that if we allow it. But we set boundaries and we create expectations starting here and spread it out. Okay, my loves?
This is a very deep conversation.
All right, so thank you guys for tuning in. We hope you got something out of this. Please leave your comments in the comment section right below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications little bell so that you too will get notified every time we upload new content. This is the Curve-Unplugged, unapologetic, unbothered, and uncensored. We'll be back.
Bye, everybody.